can you believe it? This VL is finally getting its engine, the RB30. This guy's really happy about it. Thanks to Melbourne weather, it's been so long since we've been doing this, and finally a day that's not completely raining. Like, it is a bit wet, but it's not raining anymore. It hasn't for a minute. We can finally put it in the VL, get in the crane, lift in the RB30. Now, this wasn't in the weather. I did have it under a cover, wherever it is, this shit. But here we go, and it's got the transmission on it as well. With the engine crane. Here we go. Because of these legs, all these legs we have here, space is tight. So we've got it tied up right there. And that's how we're gonna do it. Maybe if we had a forklift, this would be easier. But do we?
Oh, it's gonna work.
No.
Now, you're probably wondering a few things at this point. Why the hell are we using a crane to get the engine down? And why does our supposedly factory Holden engine say Nissan? Well, for one, we had a forklift ready which decided to die right before we tried filming. So we decided this was the next best. And for the engine, well, let's take a quick history lesson. The year was 1986 and Australia had a new law coming through that all engines must run off 91 unleaded octane. Holden's previous 6-cylinder, although legendary, could trace its roots all the way back to the 60s, and with that old technology, it just couldn't handle the 91 unleaded. So Holden looked towards Japan for a new technology engine, and that's where they found the RB30. The RB30, the most powerful 6-cylinder ever in a Holden, and they had the option of a turbo, which at the time was the only factory turbo Commodore, and now 30 plus years later, it still is and always will be the only turbo factory. Still to this day, seen as a legendary engine with the tunability to make insane noises and even more insane power. This engine was also featured in the iconic Nissan Skyline R31, but this engine isn't as clear as it seems, as we will learn very soon.
The idea we have is I'm going to push it from here, that way, and he's going to pull the crane. Now yes, if you haven't picked up already, we don't really know what we're doing, but let's just give it a go. Right, fucking, it's off now. Holy shit.
Okay.
Alright, the bonnet is coming off. Now, we've got a dilemma. This transmission and engine, we don't know if we want to put it in at the same time together or not, only because it'd be an absolute pain and we don't really want to damage anything when we put it in, you know, because, you know, we're kind of just sending it. Obviously, we've got the bonnet off now. Now it's time, do we want to just send it? What do you reckon?
I don't know. Depends if it's talking about a box.
I reckon we just attempt to put it in, see what happens, and then if it's completely rooted.
I don't know if it's going to work. We'll see.
Yes. Here we go. Right.
Oh,
Exhaust coming off.
my ears.
Penetrated.
Pin nitrated.
It's off. Look at that thing. It's in. Transmission 2 ended up getting the transmission. The other subframe and all the rest looks like V8 related shit. So I'm guessing